If anyone's on here, let me know so I know I'm not talking to myself. But I'm about to get cooking. You know what I mean? It's about to get real hot out here. Is anyone on here yet? Oh, blech. Got a lot of smoke to spit out. I feel like I haven't done these lives in a while. The podcasts don't quite feel the same, I'll be honest, but they're educational, so they satisfy a different side of me. But once in a while, I do feel the urge to get on video on YouTube and just spit some truthful ones. I know it's probably something that's very hard for you guys to handle. Truth, like what? Like it makes you confused. So that's why I'm here right now. Is anyone on here, or am I just talking to myself? It doesn't tell. The thing is laggy, the view counter. YouTube's probably shadow banning the hell of this live. So I don't even know if I'll get any viewers. So if I don't, I'll just stop it and record a podcast instead. Oh man. Just wait for people to drop in. Seems to be just one person on here, but it's just not saying anything. It's kind of creepy. It's probably someone I know or something. Some secretive. I think I know who it is, actually. You're one of those people, aren't you? Maybe I should just get into it. Real versus fake influencers is it's a very, very deep topic for me. You know? Because 90% of influencers I see, especially on the Muslim side of the internet, they're all fake. And I can tell you exactly why that is. You know? It's actually very, very obvious. There's actually not too many of the real ones out here. 99% of them are fake. You'll be surprised. I can just go on their profile and tell you exactly what they're doing, what they're doing. Which is okay. Like, there's nothing wrong with, saying things that people want to hear. But all I'm saying is there's just not that many people who just come out and spit the truth. We need those people as well. So, I'll tell you what. These people, like for example, like Faid Fit or a few other people, like I can't even name them, but every single Muslim influencer I see, here's the thing: every video they make, I know 100%, it has nothing to do with what they actually believe. They don't believe that this is a real issue in the community. They are purely just saying it because they know it's gonna get a lot of views and comments. Like that's their main aim. They don't care about improving the community. They just want to get views. You need to understand the distinction. Because my videos, my podcasts, everything you see is very, very unedited. And the thing is, I could make highly edited content because I can edit videos. I can make these like really cool transitions. I can do this stuff. It's not a problem. But that's like a whole different occupation. You're not really an influencer. You're just a guy who's trying to get views. Like a clown tries to get views. He does funny things, and so shows up dancing, gets views. But it's very different to change the lives of every single person who watches your content. And that's what we need more of. But this actually goes a lot deeper than just influencers. Because most people are aware that I'm actually not really friends with many Muslim people. And this is the exact reason for it. Because every single time I make friends with a Muslim person and I'm sitting around on a table talking to them, it's always some BS, right? Like, for example, I will say some like jokes that aren't like typical, right? I'll say like, "Oh, I'm so retarded, dude. Like, I literally thought, this was this." Like, I'll say some self-deprecating joke, for example, and that's just my style, right? I'm like very real, very raw. Like, I don't hide my like weaknesses, my insecurities. I'm like very open with them. But everyone else around me in the Muslim like tables, they're all trying to act perfect, right? And this is something we all know, but we never talk about. They all like they have this like really strong like chip on their shoulder. They have to make everyone think they're this person. And a lot of the time, that person they're showing doesn't even have anything to do with their real personality. So that's why I don't get along with majority of Muslims. I'm the type of guy who just like, I just like to have real conversations and real connections. And it's not something that these like Muslim people are looking for, unfortunately. You know. That's one of the reasons I'm not like I don't make these like highly edited, hyper stimulating videos on the internet. All my videos are just raw, bro. Just me talking to you. Pretty much all of them are just like real conversations. So I don't know, man. It's just like when people make content, it generally aligns with how they are in the rest of their life. So you'll have some guy like Faid Fit, right? Talks about like, I'm not trying to make any beef with anyone, although I wouldn't mind that. But the way he talks is like this, right? He's like, but these people online, these hijabis, I guarantee you don't know the real dark secret behind them. And it's like, okay, like, it's fun. It's interesting to watch a guy talk like that. But do you really think he talks like that in real life? do you do you think you'll be sitting on a table with him and he will actually be like, bro, these AI hijabis, they're so bad, bro. These Muslim dating apps, bro. Like nobody really talks like that. And in reality, I'll be honest, those issues they discuss, they actually aren't that big of issues. They're actually quite mundane. Like, these issues, they're not really like they're not something that people struggle with every day. When was the last time you struggled with Muslim dating apps? Like, has that ever harmed you? Like, it's not that big of a deal. That's the thing. And think about this, right? So this guy, like, all these Muslim influencers, they'll be sitting there and they'll be complaining about the dating apps. What about 99% of Muslims who just literally are normal dating? Like, they're on Tinder and they're all like, going out clubbing and trying to pick up girls every single day. What about them? Nobody talks about them because it's not going to get many views. But if you say Muslim dating apps, they're so bad, oh my god, then everybody gets like triggered. Now I understand this because it's actually pretty hard to get views if you don't make videos on these specific topics. But here's the problem. I do make videos like that once in a while. I'll jump on a trend. But if you click on that video, you will actually end up learning something by the end. Like I won't just be sitting there ranting about these Muslims are so bad, they're on dating apps. No, I will by the time you walk out, you will learn how to actually get girls without, like halal marriage style women rather than these like AI hijabis or whatever. Right? I don't have the time to rant about this. Because to be honest, and this is gonna get me in a bit of trouble, but these like Muslims in these dating apps, they are actually better Muslims than 99% of these other Muslims. And that's the dark truth. These other Muslims, they don't care about halal. They don't care about Muslim, right? They will go out and they try to pick up girls in every way they can. Muslim, non-Muslim, haram, zina, they don't care. That's most Muslim men. At least the ones who have access to women. Because 90% of them don't. And how does it make any sense when there's this whole thing going on? Like 90% of Muslims are like really like they have nothing to do with deen. Only they just pretend to be religious. But the entire Muslim community online is ranting about these Muslims on dating apps, on halal Muslim dating apps. I don't know if they're halal, but at least they're trying to be Muslim, right? It just pisses me off, this whole like act, bro. It's a show of people trying to be perfect. This is why you can't really make friends as a Muslim. I can't make I'll be honest, I never really had proper Muslim friends. Because every single time I try to get close with one of them, they're always like pretend that they're better than they are, and then I find out they're not. They're retard. 100% of the time. And the thing is, I'm friends with some losers. I know this is like weird because all the influencers say you shouldn't be friends with losers, but some of the people I hang out with, I don't even care that they're losers because at least they're real. They don't pretend that they're better than everyone. And then these guys who seem like losers, most of them are doing better than these like Muslim guys who pretend to be like better than everyone. Why? Because at least they're not insecure. These Muslims who pretend to be perfect, they're just insecure. That's all it is. They don't have anything going in their life. They just want to make people think they are better than they are because their father told them they're not good enough when they were like, 10 years old or something. That's all it is, bro. Oh, I'm such a genius. Everybody send me money. Why isn't anyone saying anything on the chat? Is it frozen? Assalamu alaikum. Reese, my man. The guy from Instagram, right? Hey. Aulia. I don't see you. I don't remember you. Aulia, I don't know. Assalamu alaikum. Herfrazan. Lambi Briani, respect. But anyway, what I'm trying to say here is just me, like, I'm just such a G. It's just, I don't know, like, I'm just a G. I don't even know how else to explain it, Every time I go on here, I don't hide that I'm very short in many, many metrics in life. Like, I'll say it right here, right? Like, I'm not even close to being like this, like, good, perfect Muslim. I'm not even close to this ideal that people try to purport, right? And that goes with everything. Like, I'm not good at many, many things. I don't pretend to be like a multi-millionaire. I will pretend that I'm pretty good at finance because I have some tangible achievements to show. But I'm not here to pretend that I'm something I'm not. Whereas all these influencers, I'll go back to Fahid Fit because he's one of the only ones I know. He will never admit that he's not perfect, right? He always pretends he's this amazing guy. All right, like it's implicit. He doesn't tell you, but the implication is that if this guy is getting so angry about Muslim halal dating apps, then he must be like a really good Muslim. He doesn't even like go out. He must be like 100% like clean Muslim. That's sort of the implication, but he's not. And it's just people try so hard to hide those aspects of themselves. And I honestly believe that this is the reason there's so many Muslims that become really haram. Because it's all fakeness. It's all like, I don't even know how to explain it. Imagine you join a community, right? Like for the first time. This religious community. And everyone there always acts like they're perfect. So these people, they don't even drink Coke because it comes from like Israel. Like I don't know. They'll have some reason. Oh, it harms the body and that's haram. Like all these people have these like really strict rules. When you go in there, everybody's perfect except for you. They will say, "Oh, what? Like, why are you wearing that shirt?" Well, people comment on my videos saying you're a haram because you can't wear red. You can't wear a red hoodie as a Muslim because on my profile photo. So you get some BS like this, right? There's only two paths you can take in that position. Maybe there's three. If you just let things happen, you will just be on the lowest tier of the hierarchy because everybody pretends to be perfect except for you. So you have to admit that you're like worse than everyone, and everyone's always trying to teach you. It's power moves. Like you should do this, you should be doing this, you should be doing this. They're just trying to gain power over you. People will say they're trying to teach you, but that's not actually the case because they just like wallahi, they just want to gain power. Like it has nothing to do with teaching you. So that you will be on the bottom tier. If you decide that you want to live up to their standards, the only way you can do that is to act perfect. So now you have to be fake to be part of the group. And the other way is just you get the hell out of there. And that's what I did. Because that's why I don't hang out with Muslims anymore. I'm too real. Like I'm too much of a G. Every time I'm sitting with them, like I'm always the weird one. I'm always the weird one because I don't hide things, right? I just say things as they are, and people find that really weird because their whole life is just they live in this lie. Their whole life is a lie. Let's pretend to be like this. Let's get like golden curtains. Let's get a BMW even though we're broke. That's the mentality. Such a G, man. So yeah, every time I see one of these influencers, that's immediately what I think of. The way they're talking, like I can just smell it. It's weird. Like I don't know if you can relate to this, but I just smell when someone is talking, like their facial features, like their voice, their body language. I just tell. I can just tell they're putting on an act, right? Like you can, if you, this person, that though you watching me, if you were here right now and I was talking to you, I would be talking in the exact same way as I'm talking now, with these exact same mannerisms. It would just there would be no difference. You would think you're watching a video, right? Because that's the real me. I don't need to put on an act because I'm comfortable. Because I'm a G. I'm a G. Why would I need to put on an act? But these people, if they were actually this perfect guy that they pretend to be, they wouldn't be putting on an act and they would be talking more like me. Which makes more sense. Just normal human interaction. But no, they have to put on this voice. They have to change everything. They have to look like they're all perfect. Some of these Muslims are going online, they're posting their gym photos. Bro, who cares if they're posting gym photos? What about all the ones in the club? What about all the hijabis? Like getting into multiple relationships, promiscuous hijabis. What about that? What about that? It feels like everybody lost their mind except for me, bro. Like, I don't even know how to explain it. Like, it's like, the whole country is on fire. Imagine, like, the whole country is on fire. And then they'll just be complaining about this table that's on fire. They'll be like, oh my god, this is so bad. This table is gonna burn. This table, it's not supposed to burn, but it's burning. But the whole country is burning. Dumbass. Morons. But I understand because it gets you the views. And obviously they're not going to get banned for saying things like that, right? Because they're ultra specific with the community. So they won't get banned. Whenever someone decides to be real, instant shadow ban. Boom, boom. Shadow ban. They're trying to ban my Instagram too now. I got like a thing saying like suspicious activity or something. And like your account might get banned. So yeah, it's pretty crazy. You may never see my face again at any point. Like I don't even know how my YouTube is still up, but pretty soon it's quite possible that you just never see my face again online. And this happens with everybody who decides to tell the truth. But that's alright because I can live with a clean conscience, knowing I got kicked out for being myself. I have a few stories to tell with this exact same scenario because believe it or not, I've been kicked out of pretty much everything. Not just online, like literally everything. I got kicked out of a prayer room at the university like ages ago when I was attending. And that's because after prayer I decided to wrestle with my friend. Like we both went to like wrestling together. So we were like they checked the cameras and we were like flipping each other over and stuff. They were like, that's not what you meant to do here. And I was like, that's actually allowed. Like it's actually allowed to wrestle at the mosque or after prayer. Like it's actually allowed. There's nothing wrong with that. So they kicked me out though. I told them it's allowed. They're like, no, you're a bad person. It feels the same, I'm doing something that's morally by my own conscience and by Islam is allowed. So I'm gonna do that. I'm allowed to do that. So if I get kicked out because of that, that means there's something wrong with them, not me. That's the bottom line. And that's what people don't understand about this whole thing. I also got kicked out of a martial arts gym, right? Because they weren't allowing us to spar when we went out to like do proper fighting. But I decided to hold fighting, like sparring sessions after class. So after training, I would just get together with my boys and just fight them, like go full on, like Street Fighter mode. And then eventually he kicks me out of there as well. So it's kind of like, sometimes you get kicked out for doing the right thing. And you get like consequences for doing the right thing. And that's good. That actually means you are living up to your true self. Because the world in today's age is not in alignment with truth. It's not in alignment with the best like possible outcome. It's in alignment with how they want the society to function, which benefits the people at the top. So yeah, if you get kicked out for a good reason, there's nothing wrong with that. I think Vladimir Putin, I was reading his biography, I think somewhere on Wikipedia or something, and he got kicked out of his school for fighting, like for standing up for himself, right? And that's like a similar thing to me. Like it's kind of like an honorable act. Like if you have to choose between getting kicked out or your honor, your true beliefs, standing up for yourself, that's good. That's actually good. I think some people might disagree, but I believe I'm speaking nothing but cold, hard, raw, crystal, diamond facts. That's just my opinion, which is 100% based on truth. Why isn't anyone saying anything? Where was everyone? Where is everyone, boys? Oh well. I don't care. I'm just gonna rant because I don't know when my YouTube gets removed. So I kind of want to just say everything I want to say because if I get banned, then I won't have a voice. So I want to leave as much of imprint as I can before I leave. Like before they take down the best warrior, he has to do something. Like in Vikings, when they're trying to take down Bjorn Ironside, before he dies, he just like kills them, and then he's ready to die because he's done his job. That's what I feel. Yeah, they're all hypocrites. I guess that's the word. Yeah, hypocritical, and that's so many of them, man. It's like everybody acts perfect. That's not Islamic. That's nothing to do with Islam. I mean, yeah, it depends. I mean, I don't know which one is worse, to be honest. Muslims in Muslim countries or non-Muslim countries, but another thing is though, like, there's a big difference between how people practice Islam in the West and back in their home country, and this is something that makes me angry as well because the Muslims in the West, they try to act like more perfect. They have this like extreme view, right? So I talk about this and people think that it's a good thing. They're like, oh, there's nothing wrong with Muslims being extreme. That's a good thing. But that's not the point. They're not actually extreme. They just act extreme. They're worse than all the other ones. They just act like they're perfect and they virtue signal and they have this like collectivist mindset. They're like, we're all one, we're all better than everyone. Ooh. So they claim the perfection of Islam onto themselves. Just because you're a Muslim does not mean you are perfect, just because Islam is perfect. That's what people need to understand. But they think that they have some sort of superiority over everyone else, because they're Muslim. And that's not how Muslims are supposed to act. Arrogance is one of the worst things in Islam. Because, that's what shaitan was, too arrogant. And, like maybe, like people being arrogant for being a Muslim is such an ironic thing. It's like a paradox. You can't be an arrogant good Muslim, It's one or the other. Like, I don't know if anybody understands what I'm saying. Yeah. That is true, yeah. Same in my country. They are like really crazy about the Muslim laws. But that's it's kind of a protective thing because they are like really terrified of like the terrorists going in. That's sort of the main motivation for putting on those laws. I guess they should be scared of that in the West as well, but To be honest, I'm kind of scared to talk about that on here. So yeah, I better not say anything. That's the one line I don't cross. Political. But yeah, it is what it is, man. That's what I wanted to say. It's just it's a deep topic for me, you know. It's just I just hate lies. It's just I don't know. It's just me. I just hate lies so much, bro. Anytime someone acts even 1% fake, say I meet this. It actually happened quite recently. I meet this new guy at like a martial arts gym. He starts saying like weird things. Like, oh, bro, like, for example, I'll ask him, hey, what do you do for work? And he will say, oh, I'm actually a social, like a marketing manager, agency specialist. And like, when I hear that, and then I realize they're not like whatever the hell they said they were, that's such an instant turn off. Like, I'm like, bro, why did you have to lie, bro? Like, it makes me like not like them forever. I can never see that person as the same. Whereas I can have a guy I meet and he says he's like a weird occupation, right? Like a garbage man or I don't know, like a cleaner or something. And I have a lot of respect for that guy because I'd be like, oh, he's comfortable with his occupation. That's all that matters. He can still get rich. Like it doesn't take away anything from him at all. Nothing. You know. And I have a lot of respect for a guy like that. I was friends with the janitors in my job. I was like in sales at the office. You know, they all chill. Like, I just can't stand it when people act like they're something else. And honestly, I feel like that's part of my purpose, you know, because it is kind of weird. You have to admit, it is kind of weird. The fact that I grew up amongst all these Muslims, like my whole family was Muslim, and you know everybody, like I pretty much grew up in fakeness, like family, like image pretending, just like most of you guys, right? But it's strange, man, because I can't understand exactly why I became so like obsessed with truth. Because it's something that I've always had. Like I've always like really hated lies, like, since I was born. And when you have some sort of a sense from the day you were born, that's kind of like a it's kind of like your purpose. There's a reason Allah puts that inside you, you know. So I do believe that part of my purpose is to, you know, bring the overall mentality of the community more in alignment with the truth. I believe that's one of the reasons Allah has given me, you know, the ability to talk, the ability to, you know, spread a message, you know, entertain people, like speak in a way that people can sort of understand. I think I think that's my main purpose in life, honestly. And YouTube kind of got, you know, it kind of messed me up because in achieving that goal. But that doesn't mean I can't achieve it because I'll go to Uzbekistan and I'll start my own school where I can just teach this stuff. So yeah, man, my purpose doesn't end here. It was just a way for me to get my message onto the broader community. Either way, man, my Spotify will always be available. So if anyone here watches me consistently, like I don't know if you know, but I am getting banned most likely. I'm already shadow banned, and I keep getting messages. Oh, your account might be terminated. I don't know. Might like what are you talking about? What does that even mean? So if anybody watches me here consistently, yeah, keep in mind that this will be taken down soon, and you should go on my Spotify, the Boris podcast. So you follow my Spotify because that's where I post my stuff. And honestly, alhamdulillah, bro, that helps so many people. Like that podcast was life changing because it's not like YouTube where you have all these ads and you know it's like you have to keep stay on the screen, let's stay on the YouTube app. You know, most people don't have the attention span to watch me talk for 30 minutes. Whereas on Spotify, people just watch the whole thing. They just put on like put on the audio. You can even download it for free. Like everything is free on there. There's no premium required. Download or like listen and like if you can listen to me talk for 30 minutes, exactly step by step, going through my thought process. That's like incredible, bro. You're gonna become like wallahi, every episode will change your life. That's that at least that's sort of the message I got from the feedback Alhamdulillah. No hate comments, which is crazy. I'm still not used to it. I kind of miss it. I'm like, where's the hate comments? Where's death threats, bro? Where's people threatening to kill me? Where did they all go? I kind of missed them. I don't know, man. It's getting boring. People don't hate me as much on Spotify. Yeah. There's something beautiful about being hated for standing up for your opinion. It's like the pinnacle of masculinity. It's like the most masculine thing you can do is say things that will get you hated. It's weird. It's like a weird paradox. Oh man, where's all the usual viewers? Like all these people, like is everyone asleep? Like, cause normally it's a completely different people that are on my live. Who are you guys? Where did you find me? You're just like random people that just stumbled upon my live out of nowhere. Are most people here even subscribe to me? Who are you people? What's going on, man? Maybe I'll introduce myself since you guys probably don't know me. So I've been making videos for like, a year and a half or something. Muslim Boris on YouTube. I started off just talking about self-improvement, like psychology, like philosophy and stuff for Muslims. But over time, I kept getting hate. So I decided to address that. People got angry at me for speaking the truth about women, for example. And I was like, I wonder why that's causing so much problems. Let me press on that a bit more. And I started making videos about hijabis. I made a video called 3 Ways to Identify a Hijabi. Wallah, bro, when I made that, I did not think that was controversial. I actually just thought that was normal. I was like, well, yeah, hijabi, they're everywhere, so why would that be controversial? And I was like getting death threats. I'm like, you're a horrible person, you're ugly, you're weak, you can't speak English. I was like, what the hell's going on here? Why is everyone so angry about me telling the truth? And then I realized there's a problem here. That people have this worship, what's the word? They have this shirk towards women and femininity. They're like really, like they all worship women, right? So since then I was like, okay, this is something I have to fix. And then I just went crazy, just started talking about these hijabis and like started a whole war with them. And that's what got me banned, And here I am. So you probably think, what are you talking about? Because I'm still on YouTube. But they shadow banned me. So if you look at my last couple of videos, they only got like 8 or like 2 views or something. Like I'll make a video and YouTube literally won't show it to anyone and just keep it hidden. Like you can still go on my channel and find it, but it's not gonna be shown to you. Like it just doesn't exist. So yeah, that's where I'm at right now. And apparently my Instagram might be getting banned as well. But because I'm such a genius and I'm a G and I'm jacked and smart and a few other good things, I ascertained some information that Spotify is not as crazy with censorship as YouTube. So, and I also found out that on Spotify you can actually make videos where I just talk to you, like in the exact same way as a YouTube video. You can download it. There's no ads. You can listen to it by exiting the app. You don't need premium. So it's like basically just a premium version of YouTube for free. So that's why I decided to make Spotify. The Boris Podcast is the name. That's proper unfiltered videos, by the way. Anyway, where am I going with this? Yeah, these retards, right? Like all the hate comments I get, and like on messages and stuff. Like they're like, it's always some BS, right? They're like, oh, you should hit the gym, you're weak. And then I go on their profile, and I'm like 10 times more fit than them, because they're all either like really fat or really skinny. So I'm like, look, I have no problem with you being that way, but why the hell are you saying that? Like, the videos aren't even about working out. You just find the video of me, normal, like, I'm probably like 10 times stronger than you. Like, I don't even go to gym, I'm 10 times stronger than you. And I say that, and then, it's, you go on my channel and you you make fun of me for the thing that you're not even 1% close to me yet. So what do you? I don't know how these people think. And then I have people say you don't speak English properly. What are you on about, bro? Like, what are you on about? I don't, I don't know. I don't know where these people are coming from, because those people, they have like really bad grammar when they say these things. It's just like just making insults up. I don't know if they actually even watch the video. They just comment. They don't even know who I am. Just think about a random insult. Ask ChatGPT, how do I insult a guy, and they just say it. And the funny thing about these people is, like, in real life, they do see me sometimes, but they never approach me. They don't say anything to my face. Like, I will literally say, like, I've had situations where I went to the mosque and people said, "Not gonna lie, bro, I think I just saw you at the mosque." And I was like, "Oh, okay, yeah, that's cool. Like, you recognize once in a while." And then they start insulting me, like, "Oh, you're a bad person. You talk about hijabis, blah, blah, blah." And then it's like, okay, if you have this opinion of me, why didn't you come and talk to me, right? Because that's what a man does, and that's what they used to do. If I find someone I have a problem with, I'll go up and talk to them, or I just ignore them completely. These people, they don't talk to me in person, and they'll send like a hateful, like, death threat message. Like, why don't you say anything to me in person? I know why, because I would have knocked you out. I would have told you, "Oh, okay, it's no problem. Let's just meet after mosque, and then we can sort it out." I'll just talk to them like a normal person. And then, like, I would say, "Oh, if you got a problem with me, let's talk about it outside. Let's talk about it one-on-one." And then I would just destroy them, obviously, because I'm the best fighter in entire Australia. No, I'm serious. I got a national medal. So I got like second place in the entire Australia in wrestling. So it's like, it's like I can destroy you like 100% in any field. I'm not even trying. This is not even arrogant. It's pure facts. Like, put me against this guy on anything, I'll destroy you. And this is not me bragging or anything, because these people, they literally have no life. They're not like a very good point of comparison. They just don't do anything with their lives. But I'm just saying, because if you're going to complain about a guy, you're going to, say things behind his back while he's praying. Like, that's weird, bro. That's weird. That's haram, weird. Come talk to me in person, pussy. You can't get away with stuff like this in, like, some other countries. Even if you say things online, they'll come find you. This makes me angry, Like, something like that. I don't know. All right, let's see. Yeah, thank you. I thought my English was alright. I was really surprised that was one of the insults they decided to throw at me. English is my first language, but I got a terrible stutter. Oh, yeah, stutter is. I never dealt with it, but it sounds pretty scary. Yeah, I know, right? I mean, these guys don't even speak English themselves. Like, most of these people, English is their first language. Like, I'm not talking about you, but I meet some guys that are my haters, and English is their first language, but they can't even speak English. They have that like Arab way of speaking. So, bro, can you even speak one language? It's like, what? What's wrong with you, bro? And again, I'm not talking to you, because stutter is a whole different story. But some of these brothers are on a different level. And yeah, it's kind of interesting, because I think I told the story on one of my videos where one of the guys I was working with kept throwing insults at me, because most of the time at work, we would be on a Zoom call, so on a video chat with everyone else, and they would keep trying to insult me on this, like, "Oh, Boris, what were you doing last night? Oh, Boris, Boris, what were you looking at?" So this is some weird insults I can't even remember. Like, every day they would insult me, and I'd be like, that's funny. One day I ended up going to the office, and that guy was there. And to my surprise, he said the same thing in person. He was like, "Hey, Boris, you that guy, blah, blah, blah." And then I was like, "Hey, yeah, I am, yeah. By the way, dude, it sounds like you have a problem with me, and, I don't like to talk about it, so calm downstairs and we can talk about it." And he was like, "No, we can talk about it here." I grabbed his shoulder and I was like, "Let's go. No, I want to talk to you right now." And just pushed him and his chair, like, leaving. I was like, let's go, we'll talk right now. And then he just completely shat himself. He just like walked away. And then I almost got fired the next day because he told that story to my sales manager, and then he reported it to HR. So I almost got fired for that. But that's how you're supposed to be, right? Like if someone insults you, there has to be some consequences. Because otherwise everyone will just insult everyone, you know? Because you can't do that. It's like a power move. You can just insult everyone. But the reason people don't insult everyone in the real world is because there will be some real life consequences. So if you're going to give an insult, you have to be very careful with it. You need to say things that will actually, like, that are true or constructive, that won't make the person pissed off. So yeah, man, it's a weird world. It's a weird world. There's another thing I was gonna discuss, because I don't know if many people here live in the West, but in the West it's very funny, because every time I see a fight, it's always some guy getting emotional. So usually some white guy, they're like, you can't talk to me. He just like starts swinging like a girl. But that's not how a fight is supposed to go, you know? A fight is not emotional. Like if you're a man who has tamed his aggression, you're not gonna get emotional and start swinging. You're gonna go up to him, and you're gonna say, like, you have a problem with me? I'm a man who doesn't, talk about things. So let's settle it right here, right now. That's how you fight someone, right? Like that's like an ethical, moral way of fighting someone. Completely agreed. But in the West, people are really, really pussy. So they just get emotional and they think if I get really angry, I'll somehow be able to win. You knock the hell out, bro. Abos. I actually had beef with a bunch of Aboriginals back in high school, in like year 11. They all really hated me. Because I had this Muslim sort of friend I was hanging out with named Ali. And he was friends with a bunch of Aboriginals. I think he was like African, but he was friends with Aboriginals. And this one time, me and him were messaging about this girl who was like complaining about me. Like she told on me about something and I got in trouble. And she was Aboriginal and she was his friend. Like that Aboriginal girl and her boyfriend were friends with this Muslim guy. So I told him, bro, like those Aboriginals seem really angry at me. I just hope they don't do a rain dance or like they don't put the ghost of the kangaroo on me. So it's like I was saying stuff like that on messages. And then that girl's boyfriend, like it was like Aboriginal guy, he had his phone like when he left it for someone he went to toilet or something, and then he saw all the messages. So since then I had beef with like all the Aboriginals in the entire school. Like I'd be walking past like a Aboriginal room. They had like their own little center, and they would all be staring at me like. It was so funny, bro. Lucky. I should have got the Russians on them. But like an Aboriginals versus a Russian fight, because I was friends with a bunch of Russians, and we destroyed them to the Russians. I'm not Russian, but I love that story. That's probably one of my best memories, like from school. It was so funny. Oh, I can't get over it. I'm such a G. The things I said on those messages, bro. Oh, it was crazy. It's a crazy world we live in. For sure. But yeah, man, a podcast. So that's all I can say. Because, I don't know how long I'll be able to stay on this live or keep my YouTube channel, So I'm just saying, like, if you want to see hear an influencer talk about truth, instead of these guys who talk about, like AI influencer, AI hijabi, then you should watch my videos and go and block all of them. Because they're all just stupid. They're all fake. They're selling you a fake idea of perfection. They're selling you a fake character of themselves. They're not real. They are AI. They're not AI, but they're all fake. They're as fake as AI. So if you want to see someone talk about real things, like a real human being, it's just me. There's no one else. Literally, on the entire internet, on the entire planet, it's literally just me. Simple as that. Aboriginal Muslim? No way. That's insanity. There's no way. I've never seen that in my life. Was it like a but was it like a dark skinned Muslim, dark skinned Aboriginal, or was it like a Aboriginal, like the British Aboriginal? Because there's a big difference. Oh man, I might record a podcast today. It's gonna be really good. All my podcasts have been so good, bro. So many people. The positive messages I got about the podcasts are absolutely incredible. But let me just go back to this whole thing with influences, because yeah, these it's kind of like they go online, and instead of thinking how can I make the biggest benefits on the community, how can I like make people's lives better, how can I get the while like instead of thinking that, they will just search up like trends, like Muslim community online trends, and they'll see all these things, and they will all just make videos about the same things, even though it's not that big of a problem. Like I'll say it right here, Muslim dating apps aren't that big of a problem for every single Muslim influencer to be discussing it. But it's trendy, so that's what they'll do. You know? It's really not that big of a deal. What the hell's wrong with these people, man? These guys are so stupid. In fact, I think everybody, like every single influencer online might be stupid except for me. You know? Just about. I'm gonna be a couple. My level, just below, but in fact, I think I might be the smartest human being on the planet right now. I don't know. I mean, can you name one person that's smarter than me? I can't. Like yeah, I mean Elon Musk. All right, you know he did make some rockets. I'll give him that. But who's actually smarter? You know the answer. If anybody watches my podcast, they know why I'm saying these things. Because I made this whole episode about how to raise your confidence. And this is exactly how you do it. No, I'm not being for real. It's just it's a tactic. Like if you watch my podcast, you'll understand. I always say things that self hypnotize me. It's kind of like what all my viewers do on Spotify. Like just self hypnotize. Just say, "Oh, I'm such a G." Yeah, it's a good way to raise your self esteem. Because truthfully, as Muslims, most of our self esteem has been burned down and destroyed by our family. You need to raise it up somehow, and it's one of the ways to do it is to self hypnotize. Keep saying like, "Oh, I'm such a G, I'm the smartest person on the planet," and that's gonna make you like believe that. And when you believe it, you start doing actions and taking risks that will get you closer to that level. It's just simple law of nature. I don't know why. I don't know why. But yeah, I might record a podcast. It's a couple of ideas I have, but I might just like raw, like lifestyle. I fucking know what's to call. Just go freestyle and make a podcast. But yeah, if I got a message today as well that saying that my Instagram might be banned, which would be really bad because that's like the last like proper platform I have that I can get views, like new views on. So that would be really bad, bro. I'll just disappear off the face of the internet, and I'll never be able to go back like ever in my life, which is crazy, you know, like lifetime ban. That's insanity, bro. That is insanity. Just for speaking the truth as well. It's just a weird world we live in. It's very strange. It's good that Maki Tijani is back though. You guys have a replacement. You know, you can watch him instead. Anyway, I think I might start wrapping this one up. For some reason, all my usual viewers seem to be asleep because I normally do these lives at like 12 a.m. or something. So yeah, give me yeah, unless anybody has some questions about like my journey or like or where I'm gonna go now after the banning everything, shoot it now if you have any questions. Otherwise, I'll slowly start wrapping up in about 20 seconds. Unless we have more questions. I am from Uzbekistan. Dagestan? No. I'm from Uzbekistan, yeah. Not Dagestan. Although they're very, very similar culturally. He did only post one video, but he did say that he's back. So if he says he's back, that 100% means he's gonna post more videos, and I feel like he's gonna get back into it properly. Like when he gets like the bars going, he's just gonna keep posting. That's what I think. And also, he's I don't. It's kind of hard to ban him because he's already big. You know, like even if YouTube doesn't promote his videos, he can just put it on Instagram or something and still get views. So he's in a very good place, not like me. So yeah, Mahdi Tijani. I can't wait to watch more of his videos, man. He's such a beast, such a beast. One of the most important voices in the Muslim community. But yeah, wrapping up. If anybody got any more questions, shoot them. I'll hang back for 20 more seconds. Еще 20 секунд осталось. Кто-нибудь здесь по-русски говорит? Кто-нибудь по-русски? Хоть бы один человек. No? Checking if anybody here speaks Russian, but there's usually at least one person that reacts, but not in this case. Oh, what? Is that why you started? Because of Mahdi Tijani? No, not really, no. I started it because I just wanted to give the war. Virtual shadow, that is Russian. Do you understand it or something? Why are you talking to Kach? What's Kach? Anyway, where are you from? I'm from the glorious nation of Uzbekistan. What the hell is that noise, man? Sounds like a shooting. Yeah. The glorious nation of Uzbekistan, which is actually, for those who don't know, it's actually the best country on the planet by every measurable statistic, or at least the ones that matter. We have the highest testosterone in the world. I mean, that's like literally like all you need. Like, what else do you need to be good at? Who cares about GDP? Who cares about, like health? Who cares? Who cares? It's just about testosterone. Yes, it is. Uzbekistan is literally the best country in the world because we have the highest level of testosterone. It's literally the best country in the world because we have the highest. It's just simple math. Level of testosterone times by m squared equals the ranking of the country. So when you do that, it just makes sense that Uzbekistan is literally the best country in the world. I don't know how anyone can argue with simple math. It's just normal. Well, it was Nigeria before, but it's actually Uzbekistan now by the latest statistics. Okay, let me just get. I think it's one of those trolls that was here last time. There we go. Yeah, Nigeria was the country with the highest testosterone, but Uzbekistan overtook them by the latest statistics. It was on the news and everything, which is crazy. Yeah, I think Google will still give like the old statistic, but if you look at like the latest one, now that was from a pretty legitimate one. From what I read, that was like the most legitimate website, the research center for statistics. I mean, I can look it up now, but like I can't exit this live. So yeah. But yeah. Alright, I'm gonna slowly start getting the hell out of here. Sure. It's good to hang out with the boys. Always a pleasure. If you aren't following my Spotify podcast, you are making a big mistake. You are shooting yourself in the leg. It just doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense why you're not like following my podcast, because it's literally the best thing you can currently do for your own self improvement. That's what I think anyway. It's not even marketing. It's literally just what I think. Something like that. Anyway. Alright, if there's no more questions, I'll slowly start wrapping up. I've got 20 seconds. Again, every time there's a question, I just keep doing 20 seconds. That's normally how I do it. What? How old is your mom? Nah, I don't. Bruh, what is that question? What is that question? I'm just not gonna respond to it. I'm sorry. Okay. Any more normal questions? Surely there's 3 people on here, I think. Okay. No questions like that. All right, I'm leaving. Everybody who is on here, do yourself a favor and go and follow my Spotify podcast if